It's a coin. What are you? Oh! Welcome back to Curiosity Detecting. Today's episode is a continuation of the previous episode 15, where we're metal detecting on a wonderful 1890s property, and some beautiful large cents started to roll in. Probably the nicest patina I've ever seen on coins of that sort. Also miraculously found a large cent and a crotal bell in the same hole in the last video. So this is a part 2 from that same property, and can't wait to share with you what we found. So let's swing a coil and dig a hole. It fills on. What was the signal on your 900?
That was also a 61, 63.
61, 63. And it's a pretty easy one to identify. It's a helicopter. Not every day you find a helicopter in a hole you dig, but today's that day. And what do we got? We got all kinds of writing on here. It says something. Can't hold it steady enough, but cool little find. The rotor looks like it's seized. It might not be flight worthy, but always fun to find toys that little kids lost. All right, on to the next. Property owner came out with this 1314 signal, and it's an old spoon, copper alloy. The bowl of the spoon is missing, but we'll see if we can get any markings off it. But it's old, and it was only, say, 3 inches down. Good sign. All right, on to the next. Two's got a 40 signal on the Equinox 900, and that's exactly what that is. Yeah. It's an old, crumpled up lantern. Second one in a few minutes here. And this one looks like it's even more complete. You might want to check in the hole to see if you can find the little wick winder knob. It's usually just off the side of this thing, but great find. Sometimes there's manufacturer, I think I saw it there. Manufacturer information on this part, but usually the little wick adjustment is the key. All right, well, we'll see if he finds anything else and we'll be back. Well, here's Phil's oil lamp that he found, and when I cleaned the dirt out, and lo and behold, the little wick adjustment knob was hidden in there. So let's zoom in and see if we can see some writing. It says "1886" is the patent date. April 30th, 1886. And it says, boy, that's tough. I can definitely see APL 30, 86. April 30th, 1886. So that's a nice chunk of an oil lamp, more than the one that I found, and always a good sign of an old property. Happy with that. All right, on to the next. We got a 2122 signal, about 3 to 4 inches down, and I see big roundness at the edge of the hole here. What have we got? Let's come into the light. It's a coin. What are you? Oh! It's a Dragon Slayer halfpenny.
Nice!
This is going to be 1850s.
Yeah, 1853.
1850 to 1858, I think. Wow. Is that right? Oh, no. Yes, it is. Yeah, I can see the crossed anchor, sword, and peace pipe with a crown over the top. And so on this side, there'll be St. George slaying the dragon.
There he is.
There he is. This is going to be beautiful. All right, I'm going to turn the camera off and clean it up, but wow, that's a surprise. This predates the house by 50 years. All right, we'll be right back with it cleaned up. Well, color me surprised. It is an 1854 Bank of Upper Canada halfpenny token. You can see the date right at the bottom there. St. George with his sword atop a horse slaying a dragon at his feet, and it says Bank of Upper Canada. And on the other side, it flips like this. You see it says bank token, 1 halfpenny, and there's a two horns of plenty at the bottom, a crossed anchor, sword, and I guess what back then would be called a peace pipe, an indigenous peace pipe, and a crown. So this was minted before Canada had its own mint. So judging by its orientation of the coin, which is called coin orientation when you flip it like this and it's upside down, it was minted by the Royal Mint at the Tower of London. It's the first 1854 version of this coin that I've ever found, and how fitting that on today our nation's birthday, Canada Day, I would find a coin that is from just before the birth of our country. Super happy with this, and it was definitely a surprise. I can't wait to see what else comes out. All right, on to the next. Just saying to Kevin, I'm going to check my hole. Wouldn't it be crazy if there was a bell in it? Because I found a large cent and a bell in the same hole in this property. And a 2425 signal. And it's a bell. It's a sleigh bell this time. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's one of the crossed slit style sleigh bells, which puts it a little bit older than newer than a crotal bell. Would have been held on by a rivet right there onto a leather strap. But very happy with that. We'll clean it out and give it a ring, and I'll insert that right here. Everyone always asks me, Phil, what is bottom feeding? Yeah. That's what bottom feeding is. A coin and a bell, and the vulture circle. All right, a clean 2627 signal in the hole, and I pop the plug, and lo and behold, there's something sticking out of the plug. Is it going to be a doorknob? What is it going to be? Oh, I think it's another piece of the candlestick. Wouldn't it be great if it was another piece of the candlestick I found at the property nearby? All right, very happy with that relic. Cool, yeah, I'm gonna try and fit it together with the other candlestick the property owner has, and we'll see if it fits. All right, psyched, on with the next. I was right, the owner of the adjacent property was able to bring over the candlestick I found before, and it's not from the same candlestick, it's from the same set. You can see that it's the top off the candlestick, the one on the right is the one I just found. And yeah, always neat to find a complete set. All right, on to the next. Well, a clean high tone, and only 2 inches down, I pop the plug, and this is staring back at me. It looks like it's a beautiful old brass clip. You can see how they're probably, I don't know, was this horse related? There might have been an iron piece going across, but I don't think so. Well, maybe on this flat area. I'll clean it up and see if there's any markings, but it's definitely got the look. It's got some age to it. That's what we like to see. All right, I'm going to try this area a little bit more. All right, on to the next. Phil went over hill and dale to the far side of the property and came back with this cow tag, number 68. So if you own cow number 68, you know where to find them. All right, on to the next. Well, a shallow high tone, but it's really gravelly here, so I dug it, and I see roundness in the hole. It's not a coin, but it is something. Let's see what we got here. Is it a cap? Oh, whatever it is double-sided. Oh, it's got a pattern on this side too. Let's see here. Is there going to be writing on it? Am I looking at a condom tin? It's possible. Or some kind of makeup or something. All right, I'll do a cleanup off camera, and it looks like the lid, I'll be able to get the lid off because the lid is kind of pried open there. But definitely got age to it, and it definitely has the look. So let's clean it up, and I'll be right back and see what we got, if there's anything. Well, I did some more cleanup on this, what I think is a ladies' compact. It has a little tiny hinge on it right there. And sure enough, on the other side, it has writing, and it says Pond's Cheeks. So it's some kind of makeup product made by Pond's. And when I open it up, actually, I'm just going to open it a tiny bit, there's like a red color in there. I don't know if it was some kind of rouge or something, but very cool find. It has some age to it, probably I would say 20s or 30s maybe, but I'll do some more research, see what I can find. But always happy to find an identifiable relic. All right, on to the next. Well, that Phil on his new Equinox 900 detector went ahead and found a beauty of a large cent. It's an 1894 Queen Victoria, and this dirt here will clean up pretty well with the toothpick, I think, and this side as well. But kind of clustered around where we've had some other good finds on this property, and glad to see everyone getting in on the action. All right, super happy with that. On to the next. Phil too was going near the road, and he found this really nice suspender clip. You can see with a hunting dog motif on it, like a pointer or a retriever. And that's a nice find. It looks like it may even had some kind of silver wash on it at some point. But really nice find for Phil too. All right, on the next. Well, I got a clean 26 signal. I popped the plug and then I popped a little bit in the bottom of the hole and I see some roundness here. It's got a hole through it, so it's not a coin, but what have we got? What have we got? Oh, I know what it is. Is it a parasol slide? I think it might be. It's got these little teeth around the edge. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's an old parasol slide from one of those like parasol umbrellas ladies used to have for the, you know, keep them out of the sun or whatever. This would slide up and down on the shaft of the parasol. That's cool. All right, that's got some age to it. It's the right era, and it was ground that I walked over many times before, and I didn't hear this slamming signal, so there's more to be had. All right, on to the next. All right, we're right next to the garden. Clean 14-15 signal. I see mega roundness in the hole here. It's gonna be a bell, I think. It is a bell. It's a sleigh bell style bell without its leather strap, but it will ring again. Very happy with that. And only about, what is that, like 2.5, 3 inches down? All right, well, I'll clean it up, and if it rings, I'll insert it right here. A clean 1920 signal, and I popped the plug, maybe a 4 to 5 inch plug, and it's right in the tip of it here. And it looks like, and it is. Oh, it's the top of an oil lamp, and it has the wick adjustment knob on it. So hopefully we can get some. Yeah, there is writing on it. Fantastic. All right, it's actually pretty serious amount of the guts of an oil lamp. Very happy with that. So I'll do some cleanup, and we'll come back and see what markings we can find off of here. Oh, I think there's definitely writing on there. All right, be right back. Well, here it is close up, and it does have the little wick adjustment knob, but I fear the writing on it has been lost to the ages. Usually there's a company and a patent date on these, but nice old relic, and you know you're in an old yard when you start to find these. All right, on to the next. I dug down and down and down for this 20 signal, and I actually see something in the hole. What are you? Body by Fisher. That is a very old looking coach on there. I don't know if this is, it seems it's very thin. It looks like it's stamped metal with some embossing, but who knows? I'm gonna have to do some research on that, but pretty cool. Right in this little trash pile area. I'll have to look it up. Maybe it's old, maybe it's made to look old. We'll have to find out. All right, on to the next. Well, a high tone, kind of a neat little find here. Didn't do a live dig on it, but it looks like we've got an old cigarette lighter. Export A Virginia cigarettes. What company made this lighter here? Goldwyn. All right, kind of a cool little, probably 1970s, I would think, maybe 80s. All right, cool find. On to the next. Well, a fantastic outing, and I hope you had as much fun watching it as I did recording it, because it's not every day that a coin so much older than the property pops out of the ground like that. This is an area where there are lots of generous property owners who've allowed us access to their properties, and you won't believe some of the things that come out of the ground in future episodes that I'm hoping to be bringing to you soon. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and you can subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of future videos. If you think someone you know might enjoy it, please feel free to share it with them. I can't wait to share our next adventure with you. You won't believe some of the stuff that we find. Until then, be kind and stay curious.